Welcome to ham radio K0PIR. Please visit my website k0pir.us. I really appreciate all the emails I get, and a lot of them lately have been on HDSDR and how I'm using it with the Icom 7300. So I'm going to do a little article showing the hardware I have connected to the radio, and right now we're going to do an installation of HDSDR, the DXPatrol, and all the software and drivers you need to get it going. So that's coming up next. Okay, let's get going. I have a fresh install of Windows 10 on my new to me desktop. This is an HP desktop. It's 8300. It's i5. It's got 8 gigs of RAM and 2 terabyte hard drive. So I have Windows 10 just installed it on here, and I'm going to see if I can get this DXPatrol connected and working with the Icom 7300. As I said, I'll post some pictures of the hardware, how it's connected to the radio. The software is the big deal. Getting everything installed correctly and getting it working. Once you get it working, HDSDR, there's a lot of options to play with, and I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll probably do a video of that a little bit later. But getting it installed is basically a three-step process. What I'm going to do first is do the Zadig install. It's Zadig. Install it and load the driver. The next thing I'm going to do is HDSDR. Install it, and I'm not going to open it. I'm just going to install it, and then I'm going to download the EXTIO RTL, and I'll have all the links below. So 3 steps, and let's try with Zadig, and it's 2.3. I gotta tell you, I just connected the DXPatrol to the USB port on this HP, and I was looking at the device manager. I wanted to see what it showed up as, and initially it showed up as a built-in device. I believe it was built-in 0 device, and then it took a couple of minutes, but now it shows up under the sound, video, game controllers as Realtek 2832U, and this is the DXPatrol 2832U. So when we install Zadig and the driver from it, let's see how it changes. So I'll put the link below, but I haven't installed it on this computer, so any errors that I get, any problems I have, I'll just have to fix them right away, and hopefully I'm able to do that. Let's download it, and I'm going to just go ahead and click open, and I'm going to click yes. Do you want to allow Zadig to check for application updates online? I'm going to click yes. And I'm going to go to options. I'm going to list all devices. Let's see what's under there right now. I'm just curious. There's the bulk-in interface. I think that's how it showed up initially under the device manager. Bulk-in 0. That's what it showed up initially, and you have to be careful with this Zadig. If you install the wrong driver, it can create a world of trouble. So let me take a look. There's another thing I want to do is ignore the hubs or composite, and let's see what shows up underneath here. This is what I'm looking for, RTL 2838, this right here, and I don't see it anywhere else. When you're looking through these lists, just pay real close attention. I've done this numerous times, and I could swear that some installations are different than others. And I've done it with the rtl-sdr dongle, and it definitely shows up as a bolt-in device. So here we go. Let me show you what I've got checked. I've got checked list all devices, ignore hubs or composite parents, and then I'm going to select the RTL 2838 right there, and it's going to install this driver over this driver. So it's just going to replace the driver, and then I'm going to click the device manager and we'll see how this changes. Now remember, this is what it looks like right now, Realtek 2832, and that's under sound and video game controllers. So I'm just going to click replace driver, keep my fingers crossed. Are you sure you want to modify? Yes. It says it was successfully installed. Let's take another look real quick. And yeah, it is gone from here, and it is going to show up. We're down here below somewhere. It's going to show up in, oh, there it is. Sound and video, there it is. It's not activated right now, but that's it. You see it's grayed out a little bit. I wonder if it's anywhere else. I can close a few of these. I thought it would show up towards the bottom here. There it is. Okay, it shows up under Universal Serial Bus Devices, RTL-2838. So it did do that, and I have this installed. Yeah, that's a big deal. The Zadig, if you don't get it right the first time, it can cause a world of trouble. The rtl-sdr dongle install, same way. You have to follow instructions exactly. So I'm finished with that. That's done. The next thing I want to do is go to HDSDR, and I'm going to download the stable version 2.76. And I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that all this works out right, because I have had trouble with it, I'm telling you. Accept, next, next, next. I want a quick launch, next, install everything. Now I don't want to launch the HDSDR, just want to finish. The next thing I want to do is download the extio-rtl.dll, and I'll put the link to this file. Just click on it. It gives you a warning. Just click keep, and then I'm going to go to show in folder. Here it is under downloads, and what we want to do is drop this in the HDSDR folder. So we put that under the C drive, and it was under the x86, and there's HDSDR. So I'm just going to drag and drop this under HDSDR. You need to provide administrative permission. Continue. Alright. Now I have on occasions had to restart the computer to get this going, and I'm going to take a chance and just see if it finds it. If it doesn't find it, restart your computer. It's kind of hard for me because I got this video capture software going, so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Double click on HDSDR. It starts automatically. I'm going to stop it. That's under options and miscellaneous options, auto start. I'm going to take that off because we're going to we'll probably have to restart this a couple of times. First thing I want to do is look at this EXTIO, and there it is. It showed up. This is it. Boy, I'm happy that that's there. That's a big deal. And all of this you can leave it as is and come back and play around with it later. The sample rate, I've increased it as high as 3.2, and it works okay. But we got that going. The next thing we want to do is take a look at the sound card, and I'm just going to be using I want to use the HDSDR without the audio output. I only have the speakers that are on this desktop PC. If you want to listen to the DXPatrol or your rtl-sdr, you'll want to select your speakers. And I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go to bandwidth. It's at 2.4 million is 24 followed by, what is it, 5 zeros. Show you what it looks like there. I've gone as high as 32. I'm going to select 48 there on the output. You can play around with these later. Options, we're going to go in and yeah, the input is the Realtek. The RF front end configuration, this is where we need to make a change. If we're using the rtl-sdr, this would be the correct setting. Your hardware is connected to the antenna. But we want to go down here for the DXPatrol and put 40 million in. That's 40 followed by 6 zeros. And we can leave all this to OK. That's alright. The next, is there any other options I need to change in here? I don't believe so. When I try to start it, we'll see. The next thing I want to do is CAT to HDSDR. And I do have the, let me close some of these up here. I've got the USB cable connected to the Icom 7300. So if I want HDSDR to follow the 7300 and vice versa, I can just use that. On my laptop, I've been using Ham Radio Deluxe, and it works really well. I'm not going to go into that right now here, but here is the Silicon Labs driver, and it's on COM4. And let me see what the port settings are. I'm going to set it to 115. Click OK, and that should be fine. Let's take a closer look. The driver details. This is off the Icom website, and the driver date is 2012, 6.6.1. Click OK. It's at 115. So I'm going to go to Options, and CAT SDR, the port is going to be COM4, and the baud rate 115. And then I'm going to try to activate it. My radio is turned on. I'm on 14.236 right now. I was listening to a guy, boy, he was coming in really good. And let's see, I thought that this would change, but it looks like it's activated, so it should recognize the radio and follow it. Okay, I don't know why, but I could not get HDSDR to work that way, so I'm going to go with Omnirig, and I did get Omnirig syncing with the radio. So let's go ahead and install Omnirig. I'll put the link below, but it's on the DXAtlas website, and I already did this, but I'll do it again because it's not a real easy thing. You want to click on Omnirig and it will download. You want to click on the INI files for Omnirig and let it download. And let's go ahead and install Omnirig. I'm going to show it in the folder. That's the zip file. Right click on it, extract all. Just use the default location to extract it. And it shows the Omnirig setup. So I'm just going to double click on it, click yes, next, and it installs. Now the next one is the INI, and this is the one we download. Download it, extract all, the INI, extract it, and that will give us the file we need for the Icom 7300. So it shows up here, there's the rigs. What we want to do is drop that where we installed Omnirig. So Omnirig is installed under the C drive, program x86, and then AFREET, and Omnirig's right there, and you'll see the rig file. So I'm just going to drag and drop this onto Omnirig, and it's going to ask me replace the destination files, and that's what I'm going to do. Do this for all. Continue. It replaces all of them. And I can close that now. Close that. Close that. Omnirig should be set up. What we can do is go to HDSDR and set it up from there. You can see I already have it going. Under Options, Cat to Radio, Omnirig, and you go to Omnirig Setup. For Rig 1, select the Icom 7300. If you don't put the rig folder in there, or put it in the right place, the Icom IC 7300 won't show up. I'm on COM 4 and 115 for the baud rate. I'm going to click OK. And another thing I want to do under that is I want to, it shows it's online, I want to sync to the tune frequency. And it was originally set to sync to the low frequency of the local oscillator, and I don't care for that. So sync to the tune frequency. And I don't think I changed anything else. I did go in under sound card so I could see if I could hear it, and I can. So I've got that selected. Not real good speakers on the desktop, but anyway, you can see that it's syncing up. I'm going to go ahead and click start. And I don't know if you can hear that or not. But I had to change this a little bit. What you can do is under the spectrum, it was, oh golly, I think it looked about like that. It looked really, really narrow. So increase that a little bit.
But I don't think it's doing us any good, Phil. My name is Al, America, London.
Turn that volume down and turn up the volume on the 7300. And this is the DXPatrol, but the audio is coming from the 7300. And this one was kind of the same. I think the spectrum was set to something like that.
Going back to New York when I lived up there.
Just widen it up a little bit.
Experiencing some cool weather.
And this doesn't affect what I'm listening to right now. I can move this back and forth and it doesn't affect anything. It'll only affect the volume or the DXPatrol, because I'm listening to the DXPatrol. It doesn't change it on the Icom 7300.
Very good.
Maybe you can hear that a little bit.
So, well, thank you for joining us. We're normally on about, I guess, the conditions the way we have them now, we don't get on at 2130 anymore. We get on at 2200, which is actually
I'm going to go back to the 7300 and listen to it.
And it seems as if conditions improve the later we get on.
Got the RF set to 39.
But there's only so far we can. There's
some DX. Seems like every time I click on one of these, they go away. That's the YL system. But you play around with these sliders a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of settings in here you can play with, and the ones that I'm mostly concerned with are the ones that I went over. If I want to listen to the DXPatrol, I need to have speakers selected, and the bandwidth is at 24 and the output's at 48. Okay, I think that about does it. If you have any questions, please list them below. Send me a comment, send me an email. Visit my website, k0pir.us, and there will be an article on it showing the hardware, some pictures of it, and then of course a little bit more detail or written word on the installation of this software. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. 73 and good DX.